Now I'm going to tell you how to write an essay, and the topic of the essay is If I Were a Bird Flying in the Sky in the Times of Covid-19. We must remember that the essay should be positive. It should give a good message. Yes, sometimes you can write sad essays, but I would suggest that you write essays which are cheerful, which are more happy, which show you as a happy person. So let me start with this essay, and I'm giving you my ideas, but you should put in your ideas. If I were a bird flying in the sky in the times of COVID, here I have to be a bird. This is what the topic tells me. These are the keywords. And I'm the bird which is flying in the sky. So I have to remember that my essay has to keep the focus on the flying bird. In addition to that, this is basically in the times of COVID-19. So the present times have to be remembered. It could be COVID-19, could be in the past also. You could be a bird writing the essay, sometimes maybe in 2024, 25. Yes. So you could be this bird and you could be the person writing it. So let me start by telling you about the introduction. The introduction is something that should be very exciting because the person who reads your essay will be reading your essay, and the person wants to know what your thoughts are. What are you going to tell that person? It should have elements of suspense. Yes, you should bring in suspense into your essay. And how can you do that? You can build the suspense, and suspense is something that you build upon slowly. And when you are writing the introduction, please do not always write if I were a bird flying in the sky and so on. That's so boring and everybody writes it. Some teachers want you to start this way, but I don't want you to do that because this is all about creative writing. So let's begin. The sky is vast. It is like an ocean in which I fly. But each day of my life has been troublesome because there is somebody or the other always trying to target me. And today, when I go into the sky, and I soar up into the sky, I want the world to be mine. Will this ever happen? Can this ever be true? You will be surprised. This is a thought that I have always had. And today, and this is the second paragraph, and today when I stepped out of my nest, I looked around and I was surprised because there was no human being in sight. I live near the mountains, but it is a city that I dwell in. I've used the word live. Now second time I'm using the word dwell. Live, dwell, reside. These are words that you can use for where you live. When I stepped out of my nest, I was amazed to see no one around. I wondered what had happened. I wondered if the sun had risen early or humans had gone into the jungles. I wondered what had happened. Oh, there, I could see some people standing on the balconies of their houses, but they were not stepping out. And I wondered why. When I asked my friend the parrot, she chirped to me. Or you can also write, she chattered cheered non-stop and told me that a lockdown had been declared and the world had come to a standstill because there was a danger lurking around. The name of this danger was Covid-19, which is a disease caused by the coronavirus. It affects only human beings, I am told. It will not harm me. The parrot confided in me. मतलब चुपचाप से बताया. Confided, confidence में बताया. I decided to look around for myself and discover the truth of the parrot's words. And as I moved out of the sky, I could begin to smell the pure air, and I could feel the air was becoming better. I could feel that the pollutants were disappearing from the sky. And I am sure that in the coming days, the earth is going to be pure again. Or you can write, the earth is going to be rid of the contamination caused by human beings. The beautiful sky was mine. It was not just mine, but of every bird. It belonged to us. And now we were out there and claiming it. Or you can write, and ready to reclaim it. This was the world that I had heard about from my parents. And my parents had also never seen such a beautiful world. They had not seen the sky so pure, or pure is a word I've used too many times. They had also never seen the sky so beautifully blue. The sky, the clear sky with the dazzling sun glowing out there. As I soared up, or as I flew around, I knew I had nothing to fear. And as I took flight, you can write, as I took flight, I could see people nowhere. I could only see police officers manning the streets. I could also see these strange beings dressed in some kind of strange uniform or strange wear. They were covered from head to toe, and everyone was wearing a mask. But what was strange was those creatures, which were actually human beings, not dressed in their normal attire. They were wearing, or they were clothed in plastic attire, or they were clothed in plastic uniform, or a uniform made in plastic, made from plastic, anything. Then I realized that they were doctors. It was strange. Why were they dressed in this weird manner? Oh, the coronavirus. They were scared of being infected by the coronavirus. I saw the coronavirus. The coronavirus was swimming on the ground. And I went down to the earth and I stood there looking at the coronavirus. It was a strange creature. I spoke to it. It wasn't alive. I called out to it. It didn't move. And then my friend the parrot came back to me and said, "Come, let's take flight, and I will tell you how this creature infects people." And so we began our flight once more. And as we were flying high in the sky, the parrot told me the coronavirus is a creature which infects people by entering their system through the mouth, nose and eyes. And once it is in there, it affects the upper respiratory system. But it is a virus. A virus is something which is non-living outside the human body. But once it enters the human body, it becomes active, multiplies exponentially and destroys the respiratory system of human beings. And then it becomes difficult for people to breathe, and that causes the end of the person. But you can be sure that you can be careful of the coronavirus. But I felt sorry for human beings because even though they had troubled us, I did not want them to perish. I am a bird, a creature of the earth, a creature that has got life. But I would like to live with human beings. I would like to coexist with every being that God has created. Because together we make this earth. And that is how the earth can survive. I do not want anyone to die. And I pray to God that things should be okay soon. Or instead of okay, because okay is a short form, you shouldn't write. Things will be fine soon. I was out of my wits hearing all this, and I was troubled. There was turmoil within me. And then the parrot asked me how I could be this way. And I asked her if she didn't feel empathy for human beings. And she spoke softly and told me that she did. She didn't want anyone to die. Even she didn't want anyone to die. But I hope that the creatures of the earth will realize what they have done to Mother Earth and mend their ways. And when the coronavirus fades away or human beings find a cure for it, human beings should also realize the importance of living and living on a clean earth. I hope they will learn to respect every being residing on Mother Earth. I hope they will respect Mother Earth and give it the love and care that it deserves. I am a beautiful bird flying in the vast ocean of love that God has created for me, and I want it to remain the way it is, and that is my message to the beings living on the earth. I hope you got some ideas and you will be able to put in your own points. You don't need to write this. You can write something else. You can write something scary. You can write something spooky, but that has to be yours. So all the best, and do write some essays, some more essays. I will be coming up with more essays in the near futures, which you can watch and write your own. Bye. See you again.